folks, welcome in to Trainwreck today, episode 69. Nice. Maniac is signing off on a mattress and will be joining us shortly. In case you don't know, you should by now. I'm Slick L. We got Dreamboat Don on the ones and twos. Producer Alec in the saddle. And this is Trainwreck today, brought to you by the Herd of Buffalo Network and Trainwreck Sports. It is a victory Friday, Don. USA, USA, USA. 5-1 win versus Latvia. Made it look easy towards the end. Little worrisome in the beginning, but the boys figured themselves out, got on the same page, and come away with a big win to start preliminary play, Don.
Yeah, I mean, credit where credit's due. Their goalie played great. He was standing on his head for most of it. Ended up getting yanked, I think, just because, he faced so many shots. They didn't want him getting beat up with, like you get 1 day rest maybe, and then you play a game. So, yeah, but coming away with it, I think they had to gel a little bit. Guys had to settle in. Practice doesn't always do it. You always want a nice game to do it. But, yeah, former Sabre, current Sabre, connecting for a goal. That was nice.
So we got into this, obviously, on our buy or sells on Wednesday, some hypotheticals. Tage Point every game was one of them. I suggested he might be on one of the power play units. Obviously, they had him with, was that the 1 or the 2 power play unit? Because it seemed to be the 1 if Eichel was rolling out there. Yeah, so he's on the 1 with Eichel, gets a feed on the half wall, goes down low. And I was saying this to Maniac on Dub Hunting last night. This is something you don't see. Like, this is only a move you try and practice. I didn't know that Tage even had this in his arsenal, because this is just not a hypothetical situation you get into very often in hockey. Power play, I guess it comes up. Tage is one-on-one with the goaltender, basically at the crease. D-man has his man tied up in the slot, and Tage basically crosses the goalie out of his skates, nips a backhand near side, top shelf where mama hides the cookies.
Yeah, getting in close, you got to kind of elevate that puck up real quick. Did a great job of that. Yeah. I mean, it's funny because I feel like he did that a couple games ago for the Sabres on a power play as well. Similar. Yeah, he's kind of finding that he has a zone where he can, when you do get in that tight, like not everyone can do it, but if you get the angle right where you can really elevate it quick, it's almost more of a flick than like a wrist shot. You're kind of flicking the puck up. But if you can get that, you got an advantage on the goalie. And great to see. And U.S. taking care of business. No way can we drop that game. And, we're playing Denmark tomorrow, 3.5 point puck line favorite.
Does that worry you? Kind of surprises me. I do think it's partial to our slow start, but you have it here on the rundown. Once the guys got going and started to gel together, I mean, you couldn't have asked for a better example of 5-on-5 team hockey than what USA set up Brock Nelson with for that goal that he had.
Yeah, I think that, the tic-tac-toe play was incredible. Side note, kind of funny how like none of the NHL teams, they all want to tweet when their player scores, but they can't use Olympic footage. It's all trademarked. Yeah. So you have like the NHL doing like Microsoft Paint animations. You have the Rangers doing or Islanders. Who does Horvat play for?
Islanders? Yeah.
Islanders doing the doing kind of the bobblehead video. And then so interesting stuff coming. I think this line really is more just about that, like it comes down to goaltending. Yeah. And this men's team might take their foot off the gas a little bit. Denmark did lose to Germany. That's why it is surprising, because we were giant favorites, I think, against Germany in a
I think spot. Slightly less though than this game yesterday, as you said.
Yeah. So
see, I thought this Germany team was going to be a team to be slept on a little, or not to be slept on a little bit. If they gave Denmark a pretty good run, we'll see. Denmark 3.5 point puck line over the U.S. That is tomorrow, 3:10 puck drop. Also on Sunday, we will be facing off against the Germans. Also 3:10 puck drop. We'll be at Sports City Pizza Pub for that one, 1407 Niagara Street. Shout out to all of you tuning in, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, X, or Instagram. Herd of Buffalo, Trainwreck Sports. This is Trainwreck today as we go around the Olympics a little bit. The women's hockey play today, USA, 7-goal favorites. I've never seen a puck line in professional ice hockey this high, I don't think, unless it was like Euro League or KHL or something. 7-point favorites versus Italy, and the total of the game, Don, only 8 goals. Yeah. What do you see here? I know you're covering this. You're hoping to cover this spread.
Yeah. It's my lunchtime lock of the day. Board's not great, so I'm going with what the books are telling me. I mean, pretty much that says they think this is going to be USA blowout, complete shutout of Italy. Listen, I said even the Italian men's team. Now, granted, they scored a goal. If you watch that goal, that was like the goalie having the biggest like derp moment ever, though. So I won't count. Italy, not really known, unfortunately, for being a big export of hockey, especially the women's team. I'm surprised they can even field a women's team, to be honest. And again, because they're hosting, they get to play in the tournament. That's the only reason they're here.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen Italy in a Olympic tournament prior in the hockey, at least.
Yeah. So
field hockey for sure.
I think this is unless US really takes their foot off the gas and tries sportsmanship, I think this should be like a 10-0 romp. Yeah. And then I actually want to go back real quick to the men's hockey. I don't want to look ahead too far, but do you know when the gold medal game is?
Oh, I think it's slated for like around the 25th. I'm not sure what day that is.
So it's Sunday. You're right.
Sunday the 25th
or Sunday the 22nd.
Oh wow. Okay, so that's
8 a.m. in the morning.
Oh, I do remember.
We might have to see what we can get a spot open.
I think we will be opening the doors of 1407 Niagara Street for that one. Don't sue me if that's not the case. I'm pretty sure we're going to work things out, and we're going to watch most of the USA action at Sports City Pizza Pub. Around the rest of the Olympics, Italy and Norway still tied, Italy does tie up Norway to take the lead for first with total medals, 18, USA at 14. Norway leads the gold with 8.
The
Scandinavians, Don, early start, early money, early gold.
Yeah, I mean, they've been crushing at like all the cross country skiing, the biathlon, where you shoot the gun and then got to race, all the stuff where it's like, it's basically glorified ways to travel and fight. And they do have, I think they got some luge in there too, or some medals in there. But yeah, 8 gold medals, good stuff.
I got to ask a question between you and me.
All right.
Did Maniac think that the dual skeleton was actually a thing, or was that like he was sending it because it was AI slop?
I think he thought it was a thing.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. But yeah, those are electric sports to watch. Obviously, they got some speed skating under their belt with medals as well. I do want to because you brought up the biathlon with the Scandinavians. We will get into a bit more of a continued lore story here at the Winter Olympics. But we'd be remiss if we didn't touch on the fact that Team Sweden played Finland this morning before I even got out of bed, actually. I was surprised by this. I thought it was going to be a noon puck drop. What was this, a 5-1 loss for Team Sweden to Team Finland, right, Don?
Yeah, 5-1, and our guy, Dahlin, he gets the only goal. He's red hot. He's red hot in these Olympics right now. 3 total points in 2 games, kind of carrying the team. He had 2 assists last game, 1 assist here, or 1 goal here. And Finland and Sweden. That's like a rivalry. So I kind of wish I tuned in to this game because I'm sure there was a lot of physical action in it. But yeah, Dahlin.
Dahlin, obviously, Captain Raz with the lone goal, 7 shots on net. He was just peppering shots from the point. Interesting to see where these 2 teams end up. I honestly thought Sweden would probably win this one. But Finland, no no joke either, a force to be reckoned with. And that's without UPL in that. Obviously, we saw them take their 5-0 loss to Canada, but that's Team Canada, and we all know it's a 4-1 win for Finland over Sweden. Dahlin obviously getting the lone goal. Around the figure skating world, another judging scandal, Don. What the hell is going on? Do we need to get the FBI on the phone? Can we even do that in Milan?
Not in these in international games. But yeah, I mean, this happens every year, right? With the ice dancing and the figure skating and the doubles routine. We see this in the Summer Olympics too, is like questionable judging calls. And basically, there's accusations that France and Russia were kind of in cahoots, particularly the judges. You had the U.S. taking silver when many people said they should have had gold to, I believe, France. When there was a misstep in the routine, they still get a higher score, and it was given to them by these Russian judges. Then on the flip side, in another one, you have French judges being very giving very favorable scores to Russian skaters. This has happened before where there's kind of some backdoor dealings going on with these international judges. So nothing official, no smoking gun where you can point to for sure that this happened. This is all alleged, but a lot of people are talking that there's some weird dealings going on.
This is really funny because MMA fans everywhere right now are saying, "Welcome to our world." We've been dealing with iffy and sketchy judging for a very long time. It's a big problem of the sport, actually. Kind of a different scenario here in the Olympics where you have international ties, maybe some favoritism bias, and maybe some backdoor dealings, as you were saying, as well. Speaking of a guy that might not be making a deal anytime soon, the Scandinavian biathlete, Sturla Holm, wins. Let's give it up for Sturla Holm.
Gets his second medal this morning.
Not a lot of people are acknowledging that he's an Olympic medalist twice in the same Olympics. It's just sugar-coated by the fact that he, his words, not mine, committed public unaliving via trying to show his heart for his ex-girlfriend, whom he cheated on. We got a response from her, Don.
Yeah.
And it's kind of exactly what we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I mean, I said before, I'm like, it's a good gesture in theory if you're just thinking about yourself, but you really look at it from the outside, because too, there's people from the town they're both from, they're watching, they don't know their personal lives, what went on in their relationship, and he pretty much tells the world, hey, I cheated on this poor girl. She didn't like it. Kind of was like, hey, this doesn't change anything. I'm not going to be running.
She basically said like it's hard to like just go back to normal after like something of this magnitude was made so public, which is pretty understandable. I think like what he did looking back on it is kind of like narcissistic, honestly.
Yeah, I think if you want, maybe you handle it behind closed doors. First of all, don't get yourself in that situation. Begin with.
Don't cheat on your girlfriend.
If you're truly, if she means a lot to you. I'm not trying to be anyone's therapist, anyone's judge, jury, executioner, or any of that. But if you're truly in love, you truly care, don't do that. And second of all, don't admit to it on international television. Don't do that either. Handle it behind closed doors, because then again, like she said, it's hard to go back because for the rest of her life, she's walking around with him. Someone recognizes him. That it's like, oh, you're the guy he known as you cheated on your girlfriend. And you won a medal. That's the in terms of infamy, his whole spiel on TV has kind of surpassed the infamy of winning a medal. Like, it's kind of the bigger deal. So forever you'll be known as that. So I think he actually kind of shot himself in the foot even more and pushed.
That is kind of crazy. Away. Looking back, or going forward, people are going to look back on this. They're going to remember this guy. They're gonna be like, oh, that's the guy that cheated on his girlfriend and admitted to the whole world. Now, why do I remember that? Oh, that's right. He won at the Olympics and then did that.
Yeah. Should be the greatest moment of his career. It's kind of come secondary to the sideshow he created.
I think Maniac said it best on Wednesday's show. Like, you should have just short and simple. This win goes out to someone I care about very much, and left it at that. Something that we won't leave in the past. A few things we won't leave in the past, because it is time for Flashback Friday, sponsored by William Mattar Law Offices. Fours up in the chat for Flashback Friday. 2017 in Bills history. We already got this up for our flashbacks on the Pay the Bills pod. LaShawn McCoy calls out PFF. Basically, don't quote me, but Don, he's basically called them a bunch of nerds that have never played a lick of football in their life.
Yeah, I mean, you've heard this from a lot of players. You just heard this from a player this year where he basically calls like their rankings bogus. I feel like Richard Sherman said something this year too about their rankings. Players now and now it's interesting that this is an anniversary of today because of, today pretty much the NFL ruled like the NFLPA isn't allowed to give coaches or owners like letter grades. So it's kind of players don't like to be graded. Owners don't like to be graded. They kind of brought that on. The guy that headed that ship was Woody Johnson, Jets owner with the best name ever.
Of course, it was Penis.
Yeah, with the best name ever. He got a grading of an F by his players.
Of course.
So he's like, we need to put a stop to that. And hey, if I'm a player, if I'm ranked 182 in my position, I'm trying to put a stop to that. But coming from a guy like Shady, who's definitely not ranked 182, who's in that top 10 when he was playing, I mean, doesn't look good.
Shady's a players guy, though. He'll stand up for his fellow players. I feel like he was involved in the Players Association when he was part of the league still. Yeah, I kind of agree, though. Like the advanced metrics, letter grades for every single statistic or metric that we have in football, it just gets out of hand at a point. And yeah, it's something the players get caught up on, fans get caught up on too much. Just let the players play and enjoy ball. In Sabres history, 1989, Lindy Ruff, our current head coach, resigns as the Sabres captain after being scratched for a game earlier, Don. This is news to me. I did not know this happened.
Yeah, so looking back, Lindy Ruff's end tenure with the Buffalo Sabres as a player was kind of weird, kind of uncomfortable for everyone involved, including the team and his teammates. So he, by total shock from him, his teammates and him, he had been playing bad. He had a real rough game, apparently. Then he gets scratched, like right before the game, healthy scratch. Now, and then or now, there's nothing different between 1989 and 2026. If you're a captain of your team, is getting healthy scratched right before the game, not for personal reasons, but for his play, things aren't good. So then Lindy pretty much says it wasn't the coach's decision. This is fully my decision. I'm resigning as captain, which I've never heard of. This was all news to me. I saw a video of a news report on this. And shortly after that, he gets shipped to the New York Rangers. This was, I think, when the Sabres late 80s were really stunk. They were really struggling.
Yeah, so. It's crazy. And then obviously early 2000s, they would end up going on a run kind of on the brink of that. This is before the lockout, I think. 2004, 8-3 win over the LA Kings. 2 goals from Maxim Afinogenov. I was kind of crazy, Don. We were talking before the show because I was checking Sabres history. Was kind of thrown off that up until 2004, the 2000 games, 2002, we had some 2-2 ties. It kind of slipped my mind that the shootout was only introduced after the 04-05 lockout season.
Yeah, after the lockout, introduced a couple things. It's kind of too when they tightened up on a lot of holding, a lot of hooking. you got the thing now. Up before that guy dumps a puck in, you could kind of just like stick out your arm, and like he had to go completely out of your wingspan. You could grab, or like if you had a guy moving up the sidewall, you could grab him with your mitt and count as hitting him. They want to increase the speed of the game, so they introduced those rules, and then they brought in the shootout. And there's a lot to be said about the NHL, but bringing in the shootout was probably one of the coolest things they've done. Now they just got to fix the point system around it, but the shootout is here to stay. Awesome thing.
Introduction of the shootout in 04-05, and we're introducing our guy, or a very special guest at this time.
He's in the chair.
Just entered into the Rumble. Maniac is on set. Did you get your mattress frame signed off on?
Yeah, well, we had a very important business meeting with our friends at FedEx, was how I was going to frame it. But yes, absolutely. Shootout, electric. I would say the shootout being brought into the NHL was similar when Four Loko was introduced to the world of alcohol. It was amazing. It hit right away. It was the talk of the town. Over a couple of years, people have debated, where its actual applicability is, and yeah, the point system has a large part of that. But yeah, things have been loco in the NHL ever since. Shout out to Lesh Kodalik.
And that's coming from you too, who was around for the original Four Loko recipe when that burst onto the scene, which was quite lethal, as some would say. Which I guess
our guy Callie Brad shotguns Four Locos.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I mean, talk about just turning your brain to the off position.
The Four Locos now though aren't the same as like the ones that like
it can't be. It can't be.
No. Yeah, they absolutely changed the concoction.
Because originally it was like 4 shots of alcohol worth and 4 shots of espresso.
Bro, I'm telling you drank like a half of the original one and you were drunk.
I have a crazy story of me. Basically, so I'm at Northeastern. I won't tell the whole story because I don't even know if it's safe
a little extra on Flashback Friday.
I'll give a tease. Yeah, okay, Flashback. Let's do the exact year. 2010.
Wow.
At Northeastern University.
2010 Dreamboat.
An email comes across my desk as a student from the dean of students saying 2 kids just died at Arizona State by drinking Four Locos, saying, all of you, please do not do this. What do me and my friends do? The first thing we go out is buy 2 cases.
A little bit of a Tide Pod situation.
Cases of Four Locos?
We saw them. You'd rip them open, put them in a fridge. We said,
yeah,
give us
like,
a whole case.
at your school corner store, like you would just see the 24 packs. Yeah,
24. Whatever.
I cannot believe they put those in 24 packs.
All I could say is when my one buddy went down on a Four Loko, then he tried to headbutt a cement wall, and the only reason he stopped was because between the second and third time, like 2 people like grabbed him, like, dude, like that's not gonna work, like, like.
You drink 1 Four Loko and all of a sudden you turn into Cam Scatabo real fast. After the lockout and shootout, that is just as loco as a Four Loko. 2008 1-0 shutout win over the Maple Leafs. Love to have that on the rundown.
Guess who scored? 2008.
2008.
So we lost Briere and Drury.
I'm going to go Derek Roy.
Vanek.
Gostad.
Ding, ding, ding. Good job. Give a honk for the Goose.
There we go.
Dubs up for the Goose.
I do want to rewind. Did you see what we added that came across our desk right before 1989? You got to wait.
I didn't know that this happened.
Yes, it was insane. I mean, Lindy Ruff has had a saga with the Sabres. Like the things he's done, the things
I didn't know it was a crash and burn relationship as a player where he resigns and then gets shipped out. Like
it's you see that more often than not because you just grow like more mature in any situation. You learn, you look back on it, and obviously it's also a limited league. You don't have a limitless number of options. If we're flashing back into the earlier part of the show, though, I don't want to derail us.
I saw your message.
Or you guys don't think double illusion is real?
Well, he said skeleton. I thought he was talking about something else.
Because I heard you both. When I say
the skeleton's on the stomach, the luge's on the back. Are you kidding me?
I was like, I heard
double luge is real. I thought you were saying skeleton.
Like
that's going head first.
That's of course not real.
I was like that.
No, 2 people laying back do it though.
No, that's what the video. That's real. I fact checked that is real.
That's real.
That just doesn't seem right.
When I heard you guys saying that was AI slop and that I got on the way here, I was like Cruella DeVille in the car.
I was like, so hard.
To Hilbert, I am going to Hawkeye these boys.
I stand by, though. You said skeleton, so I thought you were talking about something else.
That makes total sense. That makes total sense. It's all good.
I did not know the double luge was real. Feels like it probably shouldn't be. It doesn't look right. It doesn't look like you have full mobility at all. If you're the person on the bottom.
We'll check out the Robin Williams clip. Dude, he did the funniest stand-up on single and double luge.
Okay, so perfect. I'm not the only one that thinks it's absolutely crazy.
The March Madness punishments for the two teams that finished below. We have to double luge down.
I love it. We
double luge down at Hoyt.
We'll look into something because I don't know about the nearest luge course. We do obviously have tubing available off here. But yeah, 2009 game right after Flight 3407 tragically crashes in Clarence. This is against the Sharks, I believe. We posted Libby Ruffs.
First off, very emotional. The Sabres were leading in the community. This was like 36 hours later or whenever it happened. Right in proximity to it. The other crazy thing, though, is that this game itself was a roller coaster. I think they went up 2-0, and then I want to say they were either 4-1 or 4-1, and they go down 5-4. The Sabres in that game, and then they score. I think it was Rive with like someone with like a minute left, and they win it in a shootout. A legendary game. Obviously, Buffalo always tends to rise to the occasion when they really need to. When the community needs it most. So it was just a very emotional effort from the Bears.
Absolutely, a very emotional night. And on the topic of that, they did a tribute 5K run in Clarence for Flight 3407 that summer, which I ran in, and Teppo Numminen shot off the gun to start the race. Pretty cool. 2010, the very next year, on the same date, we play the Sharks again.
Yeah, NHL scheduling didn't exactly cook in this
Another
sense.
3-1 win. Yeah, not much to highlight there. And then 2024, 7-0 win over the LA Kings. I mean, when you're putting up a touchdown in hockey and the other team has a donut, it's a good thing, right?
So this feels weird, but this was kind of like, if you remember, 23-24, like UPL like played his ass off. He actually had
this
a
is
great
like the emergence
year.
of him.
The rest of the team kind of let us down in that regard. We just didn't have the same scoring we had from 22-23. This was a rare outburst. I think we wore the goat head for this. This is kind of helped to the goat head legend on.
I was at this game.
Interesting situation. Like, do we know more about UPL today than we knew that day? In a way, yes, and in a way, no. I still think he could peak a little bit more above like where he was here, but I still think there is a propensity for his durability, for his continued growth. It's tough to stay solid. It's just very tough to stay solid as an NHL goaltender. When you're an NFL QB, you get to that like elite level, you just stay there. Like you're basically there unless something else happens. It's very different with the goalie.
I mean, goaltending can be up and down. I do think, and you can see this if you look at any of the great goalies, Patrick Waugh, Martin Brodeur, Dominic Hasek, big three, all of them hit their peak in like their early 30s.
Yeah.
And there's like that's really when you figure it out as a goalie. I think it's partially like the mental, just like pattern recognition and like you just get to a place of like mental strength. You know what I mean? Where like one goal kind of did bother Hasek. He'd break his stick over the crossbar, throw it into the stands half the time. But that's a whole other story.
Yeah. He is just awesome, dude. I was rewatching the highlights from Hasek of the 98 games, how they beat Canada. They beat Canada in a shootout in the semis. 5-for-5 stopping the shooters. It was like Shanahan, Lindros, all these guys. And when he stopped the fifth, Hasek just went nuts, dude. It was so sick. Just a very emotional guy. Again, it's great seeing emotional Sabres wins. Great seeing good Sabres goaltending. Could we maybe get a little more of that this spring, boys?
Hopefully we have a healthy UPL come the spring, and Team Finland still comes away with somewhat to show for it. In the world of wrestling, 1997.
Things were just different in the 90s. Rodman could go party in Vegas during the finals, especially 97. Shawn Michaels can relinquish this title. I'm sorry, I know I jumped the gun.
No, you're
losing
good.
His smile. Could you imagine Twitter?
No. It would be an absolute train wreck, per se. IWC during this time, I wouldn't even want to be on it, probably. The amount of characters, egos that were in this locker room. And these are two of the biggest, and they usually were working hand in hand with each other.
It was very much, I think the product was much more dynamic. It was much more personality based because the matches sucked relatively to the matches we have now. When you look at the matches back then, they were all like 3 to 6 minutes or something. Now everyone's trying to put at least like a 3 to 4 star match on when they go out on a Raw. Just makes it difficult. So again, the whole way these characters are presented is different, but it's very funny to look back at them. It was personality based.
100%. I think that's why people in the 90s loved Shawn Michaels so much. Speaking of the personalities, too, 2006, Cena retains WWE title over Edge. Special guest referee, Mick Foley. Do you remember this match?
I don't remember this one. This was on a
Monday Night Raw
yeah.
from Greensboro, North Carolina, where Bret Hart also gets the WWE Hall of Fame nod, which nobody thought would ever happen.
Crazy, for sure.
Absolutely ridiculous. So that was before, too, the Bret Hart was even like, welcome back to Raw.
Now, this is where I got messed up because I started tuning in 98. And so that was right after Bret Hart like kind of left.
Right, yeah.
So when I was hearing all this lore and stuff of this guy who was dominating like 8 years ago, and then he came back and he goes, like, it just, like, A, it was tough because you, like, feel for him on what his career could have been for sure. And B, like, you just appreciate, like, the longevity of some of these dudes nowadays for sure.
100%. A guy that's had some longevity based on this statistic. 2010, Tyler Black, also known today as Seth freaking Rollins, beats Austin Aries for the Ring of Honor World title. Tyler Black was a force to be reckoned with in Ring of Honor.
Don, there's the thing called the forbidden door in wrestling where it's just like, wouldn't it be sick if like all of like the top stars or whatever like could like wrestle each other from different brands? And like I always say, it's like it works much better when you just go in reverse. If you watch in reverse, you can see any former superstars have a match because these guys were all grinding up, whether it was at lesser promotions. Shout out to Ring of Honor. It's obviously still rocking and rolling.
Yeah.
But yeah, like obviously it's looked at as like kind of like the AHL in a way, like
it's turned into what NXT is to WWE is for AEW.
It's nice to see. I'm a Seth freaking Rollins guy, so it's nice to see the guy that I'm all about go through some name changes as well, because I've been through some name changes from whether it be Donnie Ten Tanks.
We're gonna have to show you some
Donnie Dreamboat,
some Tyler Black highlights. You will not regret.
Tyler Black highlights, and truthfully, even within WWE, whether he was originally the guy turned back on the Shield, or then it was going up against Lesnar. He was the first guy to call out Lesnar and be like and beat him at a Mania and beat him at a SummerSlam.
Yeah, insane.
So yeah.
Around that time, too, 2017, I was so pumped when this was on the flashback list. The Festival of Friendship. Who could ever forget? And then the only name on that list was Jericho's himself.
Dude, when I say dead ass, like this was one. Listen, I have not been gotten more than like 2 or 3 times since this event. And the thing about this was they
gave you actually didn't think the turn was coming.
Dude, the thing was, you know what they did with this one? They lulled you to sleep. It went
Jericho's very good
on 20 minutes, dude. It went on 20 minutes.
Jericho's very good at that.
It literally got to the point, and then that clip that we posted, like they rallied to the point where like they could have ended it. It could have been I'm gonna help. You are my best friend. Like I'm gonna help you beat Goldberg. And like they got there. And you're like, oh my God, like, are they actually going to, because it was so over the top. They had the Vegas dancers. They had the Kevin Owens and Jericho, like, painting. Like, it was so ridiculous. Yep. And you're like, oh my God, they're going to stick it. And then literally when he said, why is my name on this list? And then Kevin Owens just entered, like, that serial killer, like, phase.
Went into all out rage.
Sure. Yes. Yeah. And it's just like, oh my God, that was heartbreaking. Threw him to the display. Heartbreaking.
Even the best of friendships sometimes come to an end. I was pumped when I was writing the flashbacks in the music world today. Don, I'll let you take it away because we got an all-star lineup on these days.
Holy moly.
All right, yeah, big day. 1967, a.k.a. the incoming Summer of Love. Got Beatles released double-sided Penny Lane and Strawberry Fields. 2 great tracks, 2 very different. Strawberry Fields written by John Lennon. Penny Lane written by Paul McCartney. This is pretty much right around when they started taking acid.
I was going to say both of these songs in 2 very different ways are very psychedelic.
Yeah, both end up on I think the Magical Mystery Tour, which is pretty much they just threw. It's an awesome album, but it's not like albums where they sat down, planned it, and wrote it. It was kind of they were just writing random songs, releasing them.
There was
had to package them together, so they threw it on there. And then 1996.
Real quick. What could the Beatles have been like if they were put into like because now like stars and groups are much more rare, are put into these like corporate machines. Like the Beatles, kind of like you said, were just artists like spitfiring, like want to create this music, all this stuff like that. Like, do you think they could have been even greater if they were powered by like the corporate machines that are available today?
No, and here's why: because they had a blank check at their studio.
Yeah.
They could go in anytime they wanted, and same thing with George Martin and their label pretty much was like, do whatever you want.
Yeah. Oh, that's all an artist can ask for.
The problem with the corporate thing is they would eventually show you like, guys, you spent like 200 hours for one 3-minute song in the studio. What the fuck? Yeah. Like, do you know what that's costing us? This was a time when no one cared about studio recording costs. And they were the first band ever to have literally this like blank check at Abbey Road where they could come and go whenever they wanted, and had a studio designated to them, and could spend hours not only writing songs, but like, hey, what if we slowed down this part? What if we added weird noise to this? Oh, George Martin, can you write a string section even though this is like out of tune by half a step? Like. So
I think All My Life is the first song ever where they used like speed up playthrough on that one piano solo part. Very interesting.
Yeah. In My Life they do that.
Yeah, In My Life. Sorry.
On Lovely Rita too. He does that as well.
1996, Tupac releases All Eyes on Me. You go from one GOAT album to another. This would actually be Tupac's last before being murdered in cold blood.
Yeah, about seven months before. Great album. I mean, tons of bangers on this.
Hail Mary.
Yeah, and then like it's kind of wild because like the amount of albums they released after he died. It's kind of what's fueled the things that Tupac actually is alive. I was obsessed with that conspiracy when I was in middle school.
Hey, I mean, Kurt Cobain's.
I mean, we are in the juice conspiracy, like the conspiracy era 2.0 with all the stuff that comes to light now and everything seemingly there. So very interesting to see. Yeah, loved. I actually watched there was a series on FX called like Unsolved. Yeah. Where they kind of documented that there was a guy in like the early 2000s who got a whole task force around trying to find out what happened. And it got so close to LAPD kind of like being involved in some form that they eventually got buffered off. It was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Definitely some interesting stuff going on there. 2011 Best Singer-Songwriter at the Grammys.
Holy moly, what a legacy.
Lady Gaga. And she's still out here today performing at the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I mean, like a lot of goats on this music flashback.
So I want to say this was 4 years after Just Dance, which was kind of like her breakout at 2006, 2007. So she still had a 4 to 5 year run up to that to get to this Grammys level, and then has been doing it for another 50 years. That's great.
This is right around
shout out the monster.
This is right around.
She was like 23, 24.
This is right around Telephone, probably with Beyonce.
She's almost 40.
Right? That would check out.
She went to high school. Yeah, 100%. She went to high school with my college advisor.
Are you serious?
She had a picture of them just hanging out, Stephanie Germanata, or whatever her name is.
That's Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga, yeah.
Oh, she was probably dope in high school.
I mean, think about that personality to get to that level. That didn't just come out of nowhere.
2015, Drake releases If You're Reading This, It's Too Late, a mixtape that would be pretty much known as an album. A lot of bangers on this. Not the first time Drake's done that with a mixtape. Very good album through and through. 2022 on this day.
Was that a little fall off? Was that like the beginning of the peak of the Drake era?
Well, that was right before Views, I think. That was while people were waiting for Views.
The final run up.
So maybe
plus,
because
this was Meek Mill territory.
I think so, because Views a lot of people looked at as like
his first stutter stuff.
Yeah, like underserved kind of. Gotcha. So yeah, I would say that's pretty accurate. 2022 though, one of the better Super Bowl halftime shows of all time and kind of a moment in history. Not only do you have like one headliner, you got four. Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, Eminem, 50 Cent, Mary J. Blige joins the mix as well. Where do you guys rate this Super Bowl performance for you?
I mean, this is up there. I mean, this is just the shady Aftermath Records party, that Dr. Dre built. This is, we talk and look at about a lot of like the real epic ones like Prince. Some of them I was like too young, I think, to fully enjoy, but retroactively I might. This one I saw live. I was grooving. I mean, I liked it so much. I bought that Snoop outfit.
Oh yeah, you have the outfit.
Yeah, the Rams.
I have the
Crip banner.
The blue and gold sweatsuit. I was like, that's sick as shit. I need that.
Yeah,
so,
that was fire fit for sure. I loved everything about this performance, from 50 Cent doing the upside down in the club.
I was gonna say
to Still Dre.
It's definitely top 3 for me. Could be 1 for sure. I'm just trying to think if there's anything that really dominates it. Truthfully, I loved Lady Gaga going off the top of the Super Bowl dome. But then
it's up there.
It's number 1, and the most surprising thing is that the 50 Cent moment is number 1.
Yeah. Oh, you think so?
I think that's the number 1.
I think so too, because the surprise factor. Right?
Yeah, 100%.
And just the originality, I'm sorry, what's the word? The nostalgia when he just came down from the ceiling to in the club. Doesn't get much better than that.
Closing up Flashback Friday in the entertainment district, because I saw TV was a little open there. Happy birthday to the original Man of Madness, Jerry Springer.
Wow.
Wow.
Rest in peace, Jerry Springer. Happy birthday. Happy late birthday to Jerry. One guy that probably, if Jerry Springer was alive, would be worth going on his show with a few of his baby mamas.
Are the father of 5 different children.
Maury would have a field day. So I missed this. He pled guilty?
Yeah, he was in court this morning. He pled not guilty to felony strangulation, as well as multiple other domestic assault charges.
See, this is where
we'll see how that goes.
Apparently, this firing the lawyer is a tactic. This gets you an auto extra 90 days because you get to say you have a new attorney. So this is
he needs to review the case and whatnot. Yeah, it's buying time.
This isn't actually there's no actual issue.
That's what you see before a lot of arraignments. Yeah, no.
Well, I just thought. I mean, I think it's a tactic. I think it's also things aren't going great, so you need more time. But yeah, more on that when we get to our pop culture thing. Zach, you shared this. Joe Judge, Ole Miss.
All I'm saying is family values and football just do not mix. I'm hoping for other sports. I'm hoping that other sports can step up. Baseball. I know baseball does paternity leave. Those guys leave all the time when they're having a kid.
You need a paternity leave when your season's 160 plus games.
It does show even more that college football is semi-pro now. If he's he can't be waking up, cradling his child, changing diapers, or holding it in the middle of the night. He needs to be not just not waking up, but sleeping in another room. And then speaking of baseball, Nick Castellanos trying to crack a beer.
I didn't even know this guy was still in the show, first and foremost.
How did you not know?
I don't know. I just always remember. Oh, no, I do remember, because he's the guy that always hits a home run after a tragic event. Yeah. Also, did he mean to make this sound like he committed a crime, or is this a strong PR move? Because it sounds sick to me. Dude, go have a beer in your locker.
Did you see the post? That there was going to be a huge hit piece coming out about it. So that was his way of
a hit piece coming out about him drinking a beer.
You never know. It's packaged in with something else.
Apparently,
drinking a beer.
Apparently, he didn't take a sip.
Think about how much he's getting paid. $20 million. So during 162 of those games,
he just got released.
What are you? Yes, this was during an actual game.
Oh,
it is.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
It is fun. So yeah, the story is he gets yanked in the 8th inning, and he's pissed off. Goes, sits down. I think next to his coach is like, "You got to lighten up the reins a little bit." It has a beer.
I still don't see it. I still don't see it.
And he's about to crack it, and then someone steps in and stops him before he can take a sip. I do think it's funny because it's out of all the big four sports, baseball has this tradition of guys in the dugout doing God knows what, yanked, especially in the 70s and 80s. Even before then, people always joke how it's a sport where in the 40s you had full-blown alcoholics that were overweight, being the best at the game with guys like
for
Ty
sure.
Cobb,
the athletic prowess of baseball players can be debated till the end of the world, but drinking during the game is bonkers.
Yeah. Someone's going to pick him up.
8th inning, he got yanked.
and everything is everything. If it's a pitcher who's on the 90-day or like on the 60-day IL, that's a little bit different than a guy who just hey, you gotta lighten up a little bit. Like, you know, like that, like the framing of everything is like completely like that's completely different.
I think it's funny, but anyway, in the NBA world, Utah Jazz, Don's Utah Jazz.
Nothing funny about this.
$500,000 conduct detrimental to the league. What's this to do with the players' playing time?
I guess. I mean, they won that game. It wasn't like they threw the game. Maybe
they took their best players out and just didn't put them back in.
Maybe they thought they were
happens all the time.
Maybe they thought they were trying to lose the game. I think this even shows more that it's less about everyone's saying this is about tanking. Oh, people are tanking for the first pick. I think really what this swift punishment and hefty fine is Adam Silver basically being like, listen, I got fucking DraftKings all over my ass because you guys have been like, you know, throwing props and stuff, and now you're not playing I think it's really the books are all in their
Adam
ear.
Silver must hate LeBron. Like, LeBron's just getting a DraftKings bag while he's got to go to meetings about like gambling issues.
Yeah, because that's
literally a player in your league. He must hate him
because it's not. Again, if the Jazz lose this game, maybe, but they win anyway, and they still won by 20. So like, I think it's the fact, hey, you didn't play your best players half the game. Like, we're a league where we have one of the biggest gambling volumes, and especially NBA. People are huge with those like 5, 6, 10 leg player props where they're like stuffing minus 800s into each other to get like a plus 150. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
In 1995, this wouldn't get looked at a second time. They would just be like, oh, you had a 20-point lead, so like you didn't have to put the guys back in. That makes sense.
Yeah. It's crazy that this is a $500,000 fine. Like, this happens all around the league all the time. I feel like Pacers get the $100,000 fine. I don't know what detriment makes one worse than the other, what Adam Silver's really on.
I think they totally just scratched, I think, some of their best players like late.
Oh, so they didn't even play them to begin with.
2 days in a row is more than like a load management.
Yeah, gotcha.
I think it all is revolving around being like, guys, you can't do this. This makes like the gambling angle seem even sketchier. So,
in terms of college basketball, if you missed Wednesday's show, we all spun the wheel for a top 25 school that we'll be riding throughout the madness of March. All of them play this Saturday. We got
a great staggered schedule, too. Good job,
Kansas at Iowa State. That's a big one. My Houston versus Kansas State at 4 p.m. and Maniacs Gonzaga. Only 3.5 at Santa Clara.
That happens every year. They play this game, and it's like a handful of points.
It's because they're regional rivals.
I mean, that's disgusking.
Like, isn't Gonzaga like an hour north of?
Yeah, or no, maybe
2 hours.
Gonzaga's Washington, Santa. Yeah, a couple hours for sure. So we will see who comes out on top there, who's feeling good and who's not come Monday. In the music world, J. Cole was live tweeting that fans, if you're in Greensboro, or not in Greensboro, Fayetteville, wherever he was at the time, drop the pin. I'll come scoop you, and we'll listen to the fall off.
That was the funniest part of all of it. Was he's like, you need to be within 15 minutes.
He's like, 15 minutes, or I'm not coming.
Yeah,
if it's an actual 15, I'll scoop you, and we can listen to my new album. J. Cole's a real one. I love what he does for the fans. He was also selling his tape out of the trunk of that same Civic a day earlier.
For $1.
Yeah, for $1. J. Cole's a man of the people.
J. Cole's a man of the people.
Can't wait to listen to that album. 2-sided album. I think like 40 songs totaled on. Should be a good one from J. Cole. The Fall Off out now. In terms of other things that we're looking forward to, let's look ahead at our Bright Side Vibes this weekend, sponsored by Resurgence and Bright Side Vibes. What's got me on the bright side? We got more Olympic hockey on tap. USA, USA, USA. Tomorrow, 3:10 puck drop. Sunday, 3:10 puck drop. Doubleheader. Don, what's got you looking on the bright side?
I got a nice little solo gig tonight at 42 North, the Flats on Main Street, right next door to Shays. Playing there 7 to 10, and then kind of resting up. I know last episode I was potentially crashing out about Valentine's Day, but boys, we did it.
You finessed something?
We did an early one. We had a nice dinner last night. That's good enough. And she says, I want to stay in and do absolutely nothing.
There you go.
So huge developments in the
I'm
Fraunhofer
not
household.
leaving my house for the second Saturday in a row. It's special.
Gandalf played that situation like a wizard.
Last Saturday that happened, you had a pretty slick Saturday, if you know what I mean. What's got you looking on the bright side, Maniac?
Definitely looking forward to spending some time with girlfriend. Got a new bed also. Those are not connected topics. Looking
Definitely connected.
I don't know. Episode 69.
Hey, listen. Shout out the 69ers out there for sure. With that said,
the Trainwreck 69ers.
I was sneaking a peek at the weekend forecast, and something put me on the bright side. In the 10-day, there are 4 days in the 40s, boys. So we have got some heat on the way. 4 on the 40s. Yep. I don't want it.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. That's what's got us looking on the bright side this weekend. It is also a Friday, so we'd like to give a Friday fundraising shout out to our good friends at Sweet Buffalo and Buffalo Social Club with Kim LaRussa and Mary Friona. That will be coming soon to a screen near you. I know we're underway in terms of production. So very exciting stuff, boys.
Brand new show. Should be exciting. And there are our roommates. Our roommates in the studio.
Roommates.
So shout out to them. Tons of love. But that's going to bring us now to our crash outline. We have one good call, and our crash outline, of course, is a segment sponsored by William Matar Law Offices. We got one call by our good friend Mendez. Let's play it and see what he's got to say.
What's up? Mendez from Albany. I am calling. I just want to lift something off my chest real quick. I mean, first of all, congratulations to the Seahawks. Thank you for winning that game, because if the you-know-who won that Super Bowl, my life would have been over. I swear, I'm not even joking you, my life would have been over. It would have been done. I was considering not even watching next season if the you-know-who's won the Super Bowl. I would have been sick to my stomach. I'm still sick to my stomach. We lost that Denver game. But the Seahawks won. Congrats to them. Now, I just got to get something off my chest. First of all, the Seahawks win the Super Bowl. Clock hit 0. I don't know, man. They weren't hype enough for me, man. They weren't hype enough for me. Maybe they're just kind of, the mindset is on next year already. Like, we want to keep doing this. I don't know what, maybe they're just some chill-ass dudes. Like, maybe they're just not. They weren't that hype. I mean, in the locker room, after the game, on the field, I was just like, okay, like, you just won the greatest thing on earth, in my opinion. Let me tell y'all right now. Bills win the Super Bowl, I'm going to be crying, screaming, throwing up. I will be on my hands and knees, thanking God. Like, I am going to be a complete mess. It'll be the best disaster in the world. I mean, I'm going to be a fucking mess. I might be homeless for a week. Like, I'm taking that fucking Amtrak to Buffalo so fucking fast. I am burning out my PTO. And I might live on the streets of Buffalo for days. James Cook even said, if we win the Super Bowl, I'm not fucking leaving Buffalo for the offseason. I'm staying right here. He said that. I mean, they're going to have to lift Josh Allen up out of the fucking parade from a helicopter like they did Messi when he won the World Cup. They had to fucking airlift him out of there because it was such a fucking, party. It was just insanity. I cannot wrap my head around what it will look like when this happens, because it will. I can't wrap my head around it. Like, Josh Allen might just ascend into the sky. It's going to be so fucking hype. I don't know. Seahawks, maybe they're just, they won one not that long ago. So maybe they're like, hell yeah, this is what we do. But me? Yeah, forget it. I'm going to disintegrate into the atmosphere. I will be so happy I will become an atom. That'll be it. But, like I said, congratulations, Seahawks. Go Bills, baby. We coming for that next, I think.
Thank you, Mendez.
Yeah, absolutely electric. I mean, yeah, we got a couch for you, bud.
Yeah, you can stay in our place.
I do like that we're like, hey, this is going to be us. It's a great call. But know who else is all of us leading us into the pop culture corner. No one puts him in a corner. Nick P, how we doing? Welcome.
Boom, boom. Great to be here, guys. I'm so excited.
We got a shuffled set today.
Seriously.
This is crazy.
I cannot believe this is how I find out that Mendez has a job. I honestly thought he was like a full-time student, but hey, Kudos to you, Mendez, holding it down.
Shout out Mendy.
Tell you who is not holding it down. Our friend Stefan Diggs. Obviously, talked about earlier in the week. He and Cardi B are apparently Splitsville. It's really funny though. So Stefan Diggs, prior to the Super Bowl, giving an interview where it's like, hey, is like a proposal or a marriage on the cards? And he goes, well, I got to get my own ring first, but then certainly, yeah, we'll look into it. Then Cardi B appears at halftime, the Super Bowl he's playing in. And then they like unfollow each other on Instagram. That's really funny.
If Hallmark doesn't turn this into some kind of like angels in the outfield, like, yeah, you'll get a ring when I get my ring, and then like they both do, like it's like an alternative story. I think that would be a great opportunity.
I'm looking forward to the diss track. I mean, she's no Taylor Swift writing revenge breakup songs, but there's got to be something in the pipeline.
I really hope so. She's also launching a hair care brand, Cardi B. Great hair on her. Looking forward to that.
I thought
certainly.
it was a wig, honestly.
But while we're finishing up talking about the big game, I just want to do a quick recap on the commercials, the good, the bad, the ugly. We'll start with the ugly, or I don't know what the hell it was. Mike Tyson. What the hell was this guy doing? Did we all see the Mike Tyson commercial?
What happened?
So it's Mike Tyson in black and white, like extreme close-up on his face. He's like, yeah, guys, I used to be fat as hell. I used to be eating a pint of ice cream every hour. I wanted to kill myself. My sister died. I was going to kill myself. I was eating ice cream top every hour.
Oh, no.
Got too many fat, fudgy people in America. It was a weird fucking thing. I apologize.
We need a dump button so bad.
He needs his own like system for sure.
Hey, I love the energy. Just be kind to us, algorithm.
So how did Duracell end the commercial?
It was just a lot of fear mongering. He was like, "Yeah, we got to get healthy.
What was he selling?
Eat real food." Yeah,
I did see
it was just like eating an apple, right?
Yes, eat apples.
That's what I remember.
Big Apple was behind this commercial.
It was Big Maha, if you can believe such a thing.
That's ridiculous.
Yes. Okay. So anyway, in terms of other commercials aired during the big game, Goodwill Duncan. I thought this one was just kind of weird. Obviously, Ben Affleck back as his Goodwill Hunting character, but they kind of turned it into a weird de-aged conglomeration of 90s sitcoms.
That's exactly what they did.
I thought it was kind of a weird thing though, because I feel like Goodwill Duncan would have been a strong enough premise on its own. I feel like roping in the sitcoms was kind of a weird choice. What do you?
This is like when you're trying to get rid of like an estate sale, like some leftovers or whatever, and like you have one really good item, which is like you said, the Goodwill Duncan, that concept. How do you like those donuts or whatever? I don't know, whatever Jennifer Aniston said. But like then they were like, yeah, let's just do, we have Jennifer Aniston and Matt LeBlanc. Let's do Friends stuff too.
So
then they're like, let's do Fresh Prince of Bel-Air stuff too. Like it was what? Like what was going on?
It was just such a weird whiplash
Ben
thing.
Affleck did the "We're on a break."
Yes, he did.
I didn't know what was going on. So this seemed like.
And let me tell you something, audience. I feel like
bring the heat.
Friends pisses me off. I hate Ross. I feel like, oh my God, he shouldn't have slept with that other woman. Like, I feel like the break was number one, poorly defined. Number two, if they're on a break, I feel like kind of implies they're going to get back together. Ross was in the wrong. I hate Ross. That guy should have died.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
Thank you.
That's about him, not you.
I was hoping so.
That was for you.
Low-key, though, like Ross would never like straggle far from a Rachel. Like if she ended it with him, like he wouldn't just go to some other woman, like you said. Like he would be in proximity. Yeah.
And the Hoodles. One more commercial aired during the big game. Mando and Grogu. I'm looking forward to this. I am a big Star Wars fan. My socks actually do have stormtroopers on them. I don't know if you can see that sort of thing.
There you go.
But they did a parody of the famous Budweiser commercial, which I thought was really fun. I think that is a unique direction for Star Wars marketing to take. More of this.
People hated it.
I thought it was cute.
No. But I'm being fair. I get what they were going for. I think they just narrowly missed. But you saw that people hated it.
I did see that people hated it.
The only bad thing, Don, is that the guy who made the commercial had to come out and be like, no, it's this. He like did a whole explanation on the commercial, and like it's kind of like if you're explaining the commercial, like you already like kind of lost.
I will concede, could have been a little clearer.
But if you're a Star Wars enthusiast and that hit, like, because you're right, they hit the Clydesdale Budweiser, like they did exactly what they were trying to do. It was just a matter of people thought it was a good idea.
Lost on people. I don't know that, like, is there a huge overlap between the Star Wars crowd and the Budweiser crowd?
I can't help but think there isn't.
Yeah,
I don't know why. I feel like
I'll
there
say
might be.
I'm one. It's not my choice. But if you said, "Hey, you want to watch all?" If one of you guys hit me up Saturday, fuck Valentine's Day. I got a 30 of Budweiser. Let's watch all 6. I'd be like, okay, let's do it.
That sounds pretty
Let's
cool.
kill a 30.
I like the
This
fact
might
that you
have to be a
pretend.
challenge.
I like the fact that you pretended like 7 through 9 just didn't exist, which is how I try to act all the time.
Look, if you're in my house, we're watching all 9. Sorry. So my Star Wars Mount Rushmore.
and Solo.
I kind of like Solo. It's
Okay.
fun.
Here's the
Star
thing:
Wars is
do
best.
you watch in release date or chronological order?
Release date.
Release date.
Okay. You know, there's like
You gotta
there's
start
like
with the-
a whole Reddit thread where there's like
100%.
interesting ways
The
where
machete
you watch
order.
like 4, 5, then you watch like
1, 2, 3, and then
then
go back to
3,
6.
and then
It's
6.
called Machete Order.
Yeah, Machete
David
Order,
Cornswet,
okay.
who plays the new Superman, is a proponent of that.
Have you ever watched the Topher Grace prequel Supercut?
I know of it. I've not watched it.
So he took all 3 prequel movies and just made them into one movie, and apparently it's really fucking good.
Really?
Good to know. I'll
Shit.
check that out. Yeah, my thing is like I Last Jedi at least I love. Rise of Skywalker, Force Awakens are kind of very middle of the
You
road
just
for
go
me.
against the pack. Like,
I really
not
do.
to say that people like those other movies, but people despise Last Jedi.
It's probably my second favorite after Empire.
I
It's
like
for
that
sure.
it tried new things, but then again, you can't have Abrams and Johnson in like a battle, like of what they want to do. You gotta be on the same page.
I think when it comes
Yeah.
down to it, I just happen to prefer Johnson. But my point in case is people are gonna hate Star Wars no matter what. So I thought it was a fun commercial. Kudos to you for trying something different. I'll tell you who was there. There was no segue there. I'm sorry. That was just a weak
I mean,
ass
Speaking
segue.
of something different,
That's
this is the
something
next
different.
one, yeah.
This shocked me.
Olivia Rodrigo.
I thought, never mind. Go ahead.
Olivia Rodrigo was at Pilates.
Breaking.
Huge news. But she met this woman at Pilates who is the mother of a child who will be appearing in a school talent show. And Olivia Rodrigo very graciously sent this child a video message wishing her luck in her talent show. Not a huge story. I just thought it was really cute. Shout out
Okay.
Olivia
Where is
Rodrigo.
this?
Shout out
Is this
Rod.
is New York, L.A. or
I think it was LA.
okay? Because I was gonna say New York. That's the whole allure is you can run into anyone anywhere. But
Yeah.
L.A. a little more protected, so that's a little more rare.
I'll tell you who
Rodeo
is
Drive.
swinging through New York though. Nick Cage in Spider-Man Noir. Have you seen
This is where I thought you were going after Star
What
Wars.
even is
This
this
is-
when I saw this?
I think it's kind of a cool thing. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna be a doomer. I don't know. Did we see the animated Into the Spider-Verse movies?
No.
They're phenomenal. I love them. So he's reprising the role. He plays a multiversal Spider-Man in that Spider-Man Noir. It's like from a 1940s New York. He's a private investigator. I think it's kind of a cool thing. I checked out the trailer. It looks pretty cool. I don't know if it's the same like animated character, if it's like a different canon. I'm not clear on that. But I thought the character was kind of funny. Getting Nick Cage to do like a Marvel series direct to streaming.
I
that
think he's
kinda
got
feels
this weird
a,
like Infinity Gauntlet thing going on with the superheroes. I think he was trying to do like a
he was doing Superman, yeah.
Like I think he wants to get a Batman before he's going to get Spider-Man. Like think about it. He's going to be able to say, yeah, it was just all these
I
guys
think
too.
the casting solely revolves around the noir aspect that this is like Spider-Man in the 1930s.
Yes. My favorite is
Black
like
and white, which that's why I was like, it kind of took off my glasses. I was like, I would like to see this. It might
Yes.
suck, but I'm tuning in for the first two. at least.
It's in the bucket of like
I'm very
of like
interested.
Jack Black and Paul Rudd in an Anaconda remake. Like I'm interested enough to be like, what's going on
exactly.
over here?
That's about where I'm
I'm
at
into
too.
it.
And
Yeah.
and they do apparently they have a black and white, which
Yes.
you should watch, and then also a color version.
Agreed.
which you
And
should.
let me tell you, I watched both trailers just for Gits and Chickles. They went hard on the color grading. It's not like the standard boring gray stuff you see
They
in
did.
superhero
They
movies.
did.
This
So
is
they made it
essentially
worth
like a
watching.
black and white Spider-Man movie.
Yes, with Nick Cage as
Series,
Spider-Man.
yes.
Yeah, I'm interested
Um,
for sure.
With that said, if I gave you 4 options to play a role in a movie and you could play Spider-Man, Superman, Batman, or a guy who steals the Declaration of Independence, which would you choose?
Declaration. Okay, so it goes Declaration, Spider-Man.
I think I go
Probably-
Declaration. Superman feels
Batman,
boring
Superman.
because like you're not actually doing any of the stuff.
I go Spider-Man, Declaration, Batman, Superman.
I love
I
Spider-Man.
go
Spider-Man is probably
Declaration,
my favorite
Batman,
superhero.
Spider-Man,
Yeah,
Superman.
I go
absolutely.
Spider-Man, Batman, Declaration, Superman definitely last. Spider-Man, I mean, it's just
Being able to swing from
I feel like
buildings,
Don-
though, like,
Mary
that'd be
Jane, Gwen. I mean, he's got my two things.
Spider-Man's,
a blonde and a
Spider-Man's
redhead.
actually a
Come on.
personality. Like,
Well,
he gets to be
we
the
know
person.
Don loves his Mary Jane, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah. a blonde and a redhead. He's got both of them.
Swinging from the buildings, though.
I feel like I don't know why. I feel like Don would make a good Batman. I feel like you could do a decent Bruce Wayne.
Where is she?
I am Batman.
You know who probably could have been
wearing.
You know who probably could have been a decent Bruce Wayne like 20 years ago or 30 years ago? Leonardo DiCaprio.
All right, here we go. Yeah, I'll bring this
My
up.
final point of the week. My favorite image of the week. Leonardo DiCaprio met Flavor Flav, and he has no fucking clue what's going on. Look at that. That is the face of a man who does not know entirely where he is or who this strange man is.
The Super Bowl?
I don't know where this was. He didn't specify.
If you just showed me this picture and gave me 3 seconds, this looks as though you caught Leonardo DiCaprio and Flavor Flav in a bit of a precarious position.
Right.
And Flavor Flav is just more extrovert.
He just
hey, what you doing? And
Exactly.
Leonardo's like, I do not want anyone taking photos of me.
That's Flav for you. Leo looks, something about the look on his face just really tickled my fancy. Not in like a weird way. I just made me laugh.
Yeah, I love this segment. This might have to become a sponsored segment. Image of the week.
Well, we need image of the week or the other one we talked about with
What's that? Two truths and a lie. When we were talking about
just 3 headlines and we have to figure out which one.
because people on TikTok are taking the word low key and they're taking the word genuinely and they're combining it to low genuinely. And he didn't believe me. Crazy stuff. But I think it's kind of a cool word.
Yeah, that's gross.
Well, anyway, guys, that is Pop Culture Corner for the week. We do have to get to an LOL shoot. I'm looking forward to that. I hear we're going to find out what's going on with Wilson Farms.
We're going to find out what's going on with Wilson Farms, but real quick, there was some semi-breaking news.
Oh, God.
Boys, a second Justin Jefferson video has hit us in New York.
You're kidding me.
Oh, wow.
This is crazy.
Justin Jefferson was asked in one of those classic sizzle reel clickbait videos. It was like, okay,
how do you
coach, QB, wide receiver, or like, you know, how could you put together a 17-0 team? And then you get to pick one from each team.
Yep.
So that was his, but see it, Don, do you see this on the timeline?
I'm trying to find it. Let's see.
Hold on. Sorry.
Oh, you're good.
Let's see if I can pull this up real quick. So he was asked this. So he starts to go into it. And the first,
is this a CBS Sports
I think it
post?
is. I think it is.
I want to go to the source because I'm seeing other social pages, some of which we don't really.
I got it right here. I'm gonna send you a link.
All right. Airdrop to my computer.
I'm sending. I don't have the video. I have the link. Can I airdrop a link?
Yeah.
Oh.
You share, and then you can airdrop that.
Hey, if you see a phone in the room titled
Sharina.
if you see a phone in the room under your airdrop.
Was that a boomer move? I feel like that. I feel like airdrop is a crazy
834-975. 834-975. I don't know why my computer doesn't trust this. There's a trust issue going on.
Don's junk doesn't trust my junk, and that makes me feel bad.
You guys got
your airdrop doesn't trust my airdrop.
You guys really
real quick. You want to share the source that posted this?
Who? Oh yeah, that's fine.
All right. This is from our best friends.
Yeah, Built-in.
Best friends at Built-in Buffalo Post. So. It's a CBS video, but thanks for. I'm glad someone.
Someone's got to do it.
Someone's got to do it while we're talking about the important stuff.
It stops. You got to pick a current. Building a 17-0 team. You're gonna see a random logo. Wherever it stops, you got to pick a current player. Are you ready? Yep. You got Buffalo. Since it's my dog, I'm gonna go Joe Brady as the coach. Okay. I love KOC. Building a 17-0.
Josh Allen at quarterback, and instead he goes, "I gotta go."
Joe Brady.
He was his coach at LSU.
I agree.
His offensive coach, right?
But not saying
that was an offensive line from that guy.
His current coach was LSU too?
No, but I'm just saying, like he instantly sounds like he likes Joe Brady more than his current coach.
It's funny. That was total out of left field because I was going to be like, oh wow, he just picked Josh Allen over Cook because those two.
Right. I think you're expecting him in that clip to say, "Oh, I'll obviously pick Josh Allen."
Yes,
like that's the easy one. But then he picks Joe Brady, and I think that just leverages more that there is a little smoke in that fire.
I think there's a little smoke to that gun. Indeed. Yeah. Anyone got any smoke in terms of shout-outs or sign-offs?
Valentine's weekend?
Yeah, happy Valentine's Day, everyone. If you are spending it with loved ones or family, happy Valentine's Day. Any shout-outs? Yeah, hopefully you'll get
you get that.
you make some of those
Valentine's
noises
Day
Saturday night. I know it'll be a slick Saturday in terms of that. I'm going to start with a shout out to my dad. Birthday tomorrow, not just Valentine's Day. Mr. Whitaker's birthday as well.
Shout out Papa Slick for sure.
I would also like to shout out Slick's mom, who will be my Valentine this weekend.
Shout out all the
All right.
hospitality workers for working when everyone wants to come in and have a great Valentine's weekend. As well as our friends at the Herbal IQ Q Lounge, Valen Vibes.
Well, shout out to breaking news for the first time ever. U.S. women's curling beats Canada.
Let's
In a
go!
thrilling finish. Set the table for us to
USA.
keep beating Canada
USA.
and in hockey.
Go
Absolutely
women.
epic. USA was plus 400 to win this match.
Wow.
Big underdog upset by the women's curling. So
Love
shout
that.
out, ladies.
Shout out to all the ladies out there and the guys. Hope you all have a happy Valentine's Day this weekend and a great Friday to start off the weekend. And we can only start that by having a good day
Now.